Well, it seems the zombie chickens are coming. Hope y'all are prepared. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Zach, the Wretched Watchman, and I'm bringing you a little bit of news when it comes to the zombie chicken outbreak. And if you didn't see my video that I did regarding the United States Zombie Defense Plan, quadruple 8, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, the zombie chicken is actually a real thing, but it's known as the bird flu. And this is something that we've talked a lot about over time. We kind of have jumped off the subject a little bit because of all the other stuff going on, the elections and the Middle East war and so on and so forth. But we got an update when it comes to what's going on with the bird flu. It doesn't seem this thing is going away anytime soon. So let's go ahead and jump over and see what we got going on here with this. So if we take a look, this is coming straight from the CDC. This is coming from December 18th. So this was not too long ago. Actually. But yeah, if we take a look coming out, it says the CDC confirms first severe case of H5N1 bird flu in the United States. Severe! Everybody start panicking. Fear! We're all gonna die from the bird flu, from the zombie chickens. The zombie chickens are coming. And so they're gonna have to activate that zombie defense plan, I guess. But seriously, if we take a look, it says December 18th, 2024, a patient has been hospitalized with a severe case of avian influenza, the H5N1 virus, or the bird flu, in Louisiana. This marks the first instance of severe illness linked to the virus in the United States. The case was confirmed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Friday, December 13th. Since April 2024, there have been a total of 61 reported human cases of the H5 bird flu reported in the United States. And so it just goes on about this. But we've talked about this quite a bit in the past. This seems to be something that they're using, whether they're building up towards something or they're using it for something else. Not quite sure. We don't really know until the whole thing happens. But what we do know is they've put a lot of attention on this. This is something where they have culled worldwide millions of birds so far. They said that it's starting to jump over to cows, into even pigs, and all that type of deal. So yeah, a cow with the bird flu infection. That's kind of interesting. Is this where the whole thing "when pigs fly" comes from? Because then the bird flu and bad jokes aside, I think it's funny. But bad jokes aside. The fact is this is something that's going on, and we've had this past October, two conventions, meetings, conferences, whatever you want to call them, get together. One was in Arkansas regarding the bird flu and how to protect livestock and whatnot, and then there was another one actually in Washington, D.C., and that was the big one that we went over the pamphlet a couple times, and this has to do with a whole kit and caboodle outbreak and death all over the place, getting the military involved, setting up new law and order, getting hospitals ready to go, getting morgues ready to go, body disposal, all this type of stuff. But yeah, those both happened in October about the same time. We've had different reports in different countries regarding this whole thing. And so the thing is I mean, is this going to be something that comes about? Is this something that they're going to escalate? We don't really know. But what we do know is the state of California, which good old state of California. Anyways, coming from the state of California, we're getting, again, this is just coming out December 19th, that the California declared a state of emergency, and how serious is this bird flu? So if we take a look, it says California officials have declared a state of emergency over the spread of bird flu, which is tearing through. You got to have that drastic, we're all gonna die, panic into the world thing. It's tearing through dairy cows in the state and causing sporadic illnesses in people in the United States. Now, unlike what the CDC said, for severe cases, there have been other cases of like poultry farmers and workers who have gotten the bird flu, but this is the first quote unquote severe case. So worth noting on that. It says the spread of the bird flu, which is tearing through dairy cows in the state and causing sporadic illnesses in people in the United States. That raises new questions about the virus, which has spread for years in wild birds, commercial poultry, and many mammal species. This is not a new thing. This is just something that they're starting to push as a dramatic increase. The virus known as type A H5N1 was detected in the first time in the U.S. dairy cattle in March. Since then, the bird flu has been confirmed in at least 866 herds in 16 states. More than 60 people in 8 countries, 8 states have been affected with mostly mild illnesses, according to the CDC. One person in Louisiana has been hospitalized, and that's the severe case. So if we jump into this a little bit more, it says Newsome has declared the state of emergency to better position state staff and supplies to respond to the outbreak. Oh my. California has been looking for bird flu in large milk tanks during processing and has found the virus in at least 650 herds, representing about 3/4 of all affected U.S. dairy herds. The virus is recently detected in Southern California dairy farms after being found in the state's Central Valley since August. This proclamation is a targeted action to ensure government agencies respond with the resources and flexibility needed to curb the outbreak. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Where have we heard that before? It's not in there. I'm just throwing it. It says, what's the risk to the general public? Talks about, it says, no reports of person-to-person transmission or signs that the virus changed to spread more easily among humans. For now, we don't know what their plan is with all of this stuff. And it says cases becoming more serious. They said the other 60 were generally mild. This one is older than 65, underlying medical problems and such when it comes to that. So the thing with this, again, we don't know what's going on. Now, I hold the position, this is kind of my speculation with all of this. I hold the position that the whole lockdown thing isn't going to work again. It's just not. There's been too much that has come out that people have said this is ridiculous. Everything that they were doing was proven wrong and incorrect. And I just don't see people, not just here in the United States, but around the world, being willing to go under lockdown again for something like this. As we know in scripture, it talks about that there's going to be coming diseases and pestilence and all these types of things. And I think that the next one that comes is going to be attached to world-changing events like a financial collapse and World War III. And I think there's going to be a massive killing blow, pestilence of whatever's coming. That's, of course, according to what scripture tells us. Now, is this going to be it? Is there going to be some type of way that they maneuver and make this bigger than it's supposed to be? Maybe. But I'm not sure. So that's my perspective on it. I don't think there's going to be another lockdown. I don't think people are going to take it, unless that's their plan of trying to lock down and then all of a sudden spark internal conflict. That's always a possibility. Again, we don't know what their plans are with what they plan on doing. Many people throw darts at the board and speculate and say this is going to happen. When it doesn't happen, they pick something else, and then they pick something else and pick something else. Eventually they'll get it right. And everybody says, hey, look, this person got it right. You know, that the whole dartboard game. But we don't really know how it's going to happen. We just know that they are planning something. They have told us that something is coming. Many people in high positions, unelected high positions, have said something is coming. We know that the Bible tells us that something is coming, or multiple things are coming, in regards to this. And so we just need to be on guard. We just need to be aware. And I think that's really what's going on. So if you're in California, though, with this, with the state of emergency and stuff like that, be on the watch. I know a lot of people watch just whatever's coming from the government department, but be on watch from the local stuff. Because if we start seeing local news reporting on things, shutdowns and outbreaks and stuff in certain spots, that's usually the key to determine what's happening. So now that this has been declared, it's counting on you you Californians, to be paying attention to the local news and seeing what's going on like that. If you live in an area with farms, specifically poultry farms and cattle farms, maybe go swing by and talk to them. Say, hey, what's up? What do you know about this? Tell me what's going on. This is one of those times when it's good to be active in your area. I don't have any cattle farms and poultry farms in my area, but I think that's really what's going on. So if you're in California, definitely be paying attention to that. So yeah, that's all I got when it comes to this. The good old the chicken zombies. Again, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out so you know what I'm talking about, because it seems that I just find it interesting. I don't want to say it seems. I'd say I find it interesting that the zombie defense plan from 2011, which talks about infected people, they make specific reference to zombie chickens or the bird flu, which is a real thing. So again, not implying anything, not saying that stuff is directly attached. It's just worth keeping in the back of your mind, ultimately. So, but with this, I wouldn't worry, guys. We do know that pestilence is coming. We do know that they want to reduce the intake of meat and they want to collapse that type of stuff and reduce numbers. And there's a whole kit and caboodle, a whole boatload of reasons why this could be in play, whether human, food, population, animal, everything. It's kind of all in place. So that's one of the tricky things about trying to decipher what's going on with diseases. Is what's the target? What's the plan? Is there multiple plans, etc.? Just like what happened with 2020 and the COOF. Some people say it was for this reason. Some people say it was for this reason. Some people say it for this reason. I say yes. I say it was for many, 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 many different reasons. And not all of it had to do with medical stuff. A lot of it had to do with financial stuff. And AI stuff, technology stuff, and a whole bunch of other reasons as well. So the game isn't necessarily trying to figure out the end game. We know what the end game is according to scripture. But the game, I guess, is just trying to pay attention to what's coming next and trying to decipher where it could lead to and then base everything else off of that. So that's the best I got for you guys. But yeah, zombie chickens. It's crazy. So I'm going to leave you guys right here. Again, don't worry. Don't panic. Go out. And I eat chicken almost every night. I ain't worried. But yeah, for the most part, just, again, if the Lord is for us, then who could be against us? He will provide for us. He will take care of us. And everything is according to his will, because ultimately he's the one in control. Remember that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave you right here. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm Zach, the WretchedWatchman. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Maranatha.